Hi everyone, it's Veronica and welcome to my first installation of Heartfelt Creations collab with Poetspice. This collab is going to run all year long and you had the option of posting either once a month or twice a month as a collaborator. And if you choose to be a participant, which was an option, you can post whenever you like. As a collaborator, which is what I signed up for, I will post once a month on the 30th of the month, except in February, and I'll be posting on the 28th. So please mark your calendars with those dates. In this collaboration, we are using all things heartfelt. Heartfelt dies, heartfelt stamps, heartfelt paper, whatever you have in your collection that is heartfelt creations. And of course, you can use other materials and supplies that you need to use. I will have links to all the collaborators in the description box, so follow along and be inspired. Okay, now what I'm going to do first is share with you what I use to create my project. Look at this paper. This is the Coffee Talk collection. I have had this for a very, very, very long time. So much so that it is now discontinued. They may have some dies left, I think. So, when you go to their website, you can check if you want to see what those look like. But look at this. I am not going to show you all of the papers, but just so you can get a good idea of how gorgeous this is. And there are 2 sheets per design, and of course it is double-sided paper. Look at that one. The cutouts are amazing. As I was getting started to create my project, I really had a tough time trying to figure out which sheet to use, because it's like, do I really want to cut into this? And I just kept going and going, and I was like, I'm really a hoarder. I am truly a hoarder, because I had a very, very difficult time trying to cut into this paper. Look at that. It is absolutely stunning. So I finally made that first cut, but I tell you what, I thought I was going to need therapy after I did it. It was rough, but any scraps will find their way into this envelope, which stays with this paper pad. All right, let me share with you the other products that I used to create. I used 1 3/4 inch hole punch, wet adhesive, a very strong tape adhesive, of course, your scissors. I used a bone folder, and you really are going to need that. More adhesive, my ATG. Ink for stamping and distressing. So for distressing, I used Vintage Photo, and then I used this Rich Cocoa to stamp with. And I used a ruler. You will also need, ta-da, a coffee pod. Now, if you don't choose to do coffee, you could do the pod that is apple cider, there's the hot chocolate, there's tea. So whatever you choose to use. So I will move this to one side. And this is what I created. I thought this was the cutest little thing. And this is not my design. So I will have a link to the website where I got this, but I thought it was so cute. Oh, I forgot ribbon, but any embellishment that you choose to use. Okay, so that is what I created. Okay, so what I did was put all of the measurements here for you. You can freeze at this point or come back, watch the video, and freeze at another time when you choose to create the project. Okay. Now, what I did was went ahead and cut everything in advance. And I inked as well so that I wouldn't hold you too long. So this is the base. And I also scored everything in advance. Now, when you get ready to fold your base piece, the 2 1/2-inch ends, make sure that you fold those back. Okay, and then fold the rest of them on the score lines. And what you're going to end up with is your little carton. Okay. And this is the cup holder, which will go in like this. And those are actually the only 2 pieces other than the pattern paper that you choose to use. But I'm just assembling today, so I'm not going to complete it. But I do have the measurements here for your panels. All right, now this is my first attempt at a semi-tutorial, so just be patient with me. All right, again, I went ahead and I scored, inked, and taped everything. So we are going to take off our tape. Make sure that when you put your tape down that you burnish. And for those of you who may be new to crafting, burnish is just rubbing it down to get a good stick. We don't want anything to come apart, particularly if you're gifting this to someone. You want it to stay together. Oh, I tell you what, before we do that one, let's do this one. We're going to go ahead and put our cup holder in first. Alrighty. That down. Okay. All right. So the widest portion is the actual bottom. So you're going to take your cup holder and butt it up against the score line. Don't go over the score line or it will not fold properly. Butt that up against it and have it as even as you can. Burnish it, and then do the other side. Hope you can see that. Becomes a little challenging since one side is already done. Okay, and then we're going to burnish that one. And that's your cup holder. Now, if I had the pieces cut, the panels, I would have put this one in first. That's the only inside panel that you're doing is the one at the bottom. I would have put that in first. All right, and then you will have to put your pod in before you seal these. But this is just for demonstration purposes, because I may be using that pod in a minute. Okay, we're going to take this tape off. And then adhere these 2 pieces. Okay, and then burnish that together. Now, it really depends on your preference as to when you put your panels on. When I did this one, I put the panels on before I started adhering anything together. Some people can do it when this is together and do it evenly. But for me, and to make sure I got them in the right spot, I did it beforehand. Okay? And then if you use ribbon here, you can actually punch a hole here and put your ribbon through. I just went ahead and tied the bow in advance and then just used hot glue to put it on. And this is why, oh, I don't think I told you this. On the cup holder piece, I actually doubled that. It only is calling for 1, but I did 2 because I wanted that stability in here. Because if you don't, depending on your paper, it could start to sink in like that. So to have the sturdiness, I doubled it. And that's all there is to it. I think it makes a nice little gift, a thank you gift, a birthday gift, or just a thinking of you gift. All right. Thank you all so much for watching. If you have any questions, you can put them down in the description box, and I will certainly respond to that. I would love to hear all of your comments. Happy crafting!